everyone! Today we're going to start working on an interesting yet simple technique in Procreate called the paper technique. In this lesson we'll be creating a winter card with a layered paper effect, where each layer appears placed one behind the other. This helps us mimic a sense of depth and space. So, how is this effect created? The magic is in the shadows. On each layer of paper, we will add shadows to create a sense of dimension. Imagine that each next layer of paper is a bit darker than the one before it. This is called atmospheric perspective. The further the layer, the grayer it becomes, even if the paper itself is light. This trick helps us to enhance the depth and to make the image look more realistic. We're going to add color and work with a circular shape, creating 4 layers. This approach will allow us to achieve the desired effect and make our winter card truly three-dimensional. So let's get started. I go to Layers and turn off any sample artwork. I'll add a new layer where I'll begin working. We're going to start from the very bottom, layer number 4, since this is going to be the furthest one. I select the dark blue color and fill the entire canvas. Now I'll create 3 more layers and label them for convenience. We will start working with the top layer, layer number 1. Fill this top layer with a lighter gray-blue color. On this layer, we will cut out a circular window through which the other layers will be visible. To cut out a perfect circle, click on Selection, choose Ellipse, and select the desired area on the canvas. Place your finger on the screen and the ellipse will automatically become a circle. Then, swipe with 3 fingers and choose Cut. Great! We've cut out an opening that we are going to fill with other details. Now we have 2 layers ready, the very bottom and the very top. There are 2 intermediate layers left. Let's move on to the second layer and work on it now. On this layer, we need to draw cutout clouds. To make the edges smooth and save time, we will use a brush. I'll go to the brush library, find the calligraphy set and choose the monoline brush. I duplicate it, open its settings, increase the maximum size in properties and set the pressure in Apple Pencil to about 80%. What does it mean? Now the brush will be more responsive to the pressure. I select a medium blue shade, press the stylus down to make a circle, and draw the clouds. The stronger the pressure, the larger the circle and vice versa. This way, I'm going to fill the entire layer with the clouds. If there are any gaps after drawing, you can fill them in. When we turn off the top layer, we may see some smudges, but it's not an issue since they'll be hidden by the next layers. At this stage, we have 2 main layers and clouds on the intermediate layer. Next, we can either draw or add ready-made silhouettes to create even more depth and volume. I suggest adding silhouettes that you can download from the internet. I have prepared a few options with houses, a deer and some trees. Open the photo gallery and import the silhouettes. For elements with white background, we will remove it using automatic selection. For that, you will have to open Selection and choose Automatic. We will erase any extra lines with the eraser or cut them out. If some small elements aren't very clear, you can apply Sharpen. Do this with all the elements that you want to add. You can leave the colored elements as they are, or remove the color if you want to recolor them. I'll start arranging the elements to create a composition. Using freeform transformation, I'll adjust the size and the shape of each object. We can duplicate the layer with Stardust and arrange the copies to create a longer, continuous line. This will enhance the feeling that the deer is walking along a sparkling starry path. I'll keep one tree and merge the rest into the layer. I'll set Alpha Lock and fill them with color. I'll add a new layer, choose a slightly lighter color, and draw snowy hills. Now we can move the objects around. I want to add a few more trees, which I'll also merge in color. If you press and hold the color circle with the stylus, it will show the previous color. I'll turn off alpha lock and merge the layer with the elements and clouds. This is layer number 2. Now click on layer number 3 and let's draw clouds that will be visible beneath the top layer. I'll use a darker color and draw the cloud shapes with the same brush. Let's add one more layer and label it 3/1. The idea here is that we're going to add the moon and the stars using the same brush and a pale yellow color. To create the paper effect, it's all about shadows and thickness. We need to create a duplicate of each layer, starting from the top. Now let's add a shadow for depth. Go to the layers, duplicate the first layer and click on the lower of the two duplicates. In the settings, we will reduce saturation and brightness to 0. This will turn the layer black. Shift it slightly. Then apply Gaussian blur to around 14%. Next, go back to the layers, lower the opacity to soften the shadow, and set the layer's blend mode to multiply. This way, the black color blends better with the background, creating a realistic shadow. We're going to repeat this process for each layer. To make it look even better, let's add a white paper edge effect. For this, I'll go back to the layers and duplicate the first layer again. Click on the lower of the two duplicates and make it completely white. Shift it slightly to create a thin white edge. I shift the white edge, not as much as I did the shadow. Now, let's reduce the opacity, and I want to change the blend mode to Add to make it brighter. This part is optional though. These white edges help to convey the effect of a paper edge, while the shadow shows the distance between the layers. Each layer will have two additional layers, a black one and a white one. Repeat this for all the layers except the layer with the moon. As for the moon, we are going to duplicate it and apply Gaussian blur. This way, the moon will have a glowing effect. I'll also change the blend mode for this. That way, the moon and the stars will shine brighter. We now have a beautiful finished card. I'll go to the canvas and resize the card. Let's add a greeting by clicking Add Text. This will open a menu with the basic fonts. I'll choose one that matches the card style and type Merry Christmas. If you turn on guides, you can align the text or any object to the center lines. I'll duplicate the text, make it white and shift it slightly to the side. The card is ready. Now you can congratulate your friends and family in a truly special way. with a card made by your own hands. May this small gift convey the warmth of your wishes. Merry Christmas!